Hello friends, I'm a Kernel Failure and you're back on the Transport Fever 2 mainline and I'm following my ship. Because, well you would. Because if you've got a ship, you might as well follow it. Anyway, we're going up the river. Look, we've got a full supply of steel. We're going to drop that off and it's going to make us a nice chunk of change. Now, while you were away, and while I was away, I monkeyed around with adding a second shipping route, which I shall now explain to you in short order. We have steel arriving up here to do steel-based things over here at the goods factory. I thought, oh, ha 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 ha. Ha 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 is exactly what I thought. If I could ship some plastic up there, then there would be greater money to be made because we could start actually manufacturing goods. So this is not a terrible idea, is it? Right. So I went, okay, well, have we got a plastic anything? Oh, we've got some plastic going on there. Any oil? There's maybe a bit of oil. No, it's a bit convoluted. But no, I don't think that one's going to work out. So I kept looking and I went down here and I found, the Raccoon City chemical plant here. I thought, yes, this is the stuff. And I set up a truck route. And the truck route works quite well. We pick up crude oil here from the oil well, as you would. And then we head back over the road here, over the bridge, which has got a slightly wonky turn to it. But hey, who's counting? Where we go out to Oil Refining Central, where oil refining very much takes place eventually. It happens, trust me. It works, all right? I mean, look, let's talk to this chap. It's working, right? He goes, oh, yeah, it's definitely working. I mean, could be working better, but it's working. And then go, well, if I were to now drop those off here, we'd be delivering all over the place. And it's true, we are delivering all over the place. So I set up a ship to pick up from the port. I'm going to double check. It looks very much like a cargo port, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a cargo port? I'm just going to do a quick check. Yeah, it's a cargo port. I didn't get it wrong because it doesn't work. And then ship it up the old river, all the way to here, which would be a massive payday when it arrived. Didn't work, and I figure the reason it didn't work is because it takes too long. That's my story. That's it. That's it. Yeah, so there you go. So that didn't work. I'm reluctant to try it again because it's a £500,000 investment for what is quite possibly not going to pay off. Anyway, while I was away, about 1,000 of you suggested that I was trying to haul food on a flatbed truck that wouldn't actually take food. And in my defence, I'd forgotten that I'd set it further forward in time. And my assumption was, well, why would you have any kind of a truck that wouldn't carry all goods types? And so I just missed that. I've replaced them all. There you go. That's it. That's that done. And they are now turning more profit. They were turning a profit anyway. All of you saying, oh, it's not going to turn a profit. No, they turned a profit, just not a very good one. They're turning a much more healthy profit. Now, if we have a quick look at the scores on the doors, hold on, let's open this up to full wedge. As you can see, my steel ship arrived, clearly, and generated some cash. And I got 1.2 million in the bank. Well, what would you do with 1.2 million other than build some train track? Because given that we're aiming for the main line here, one should aim for the main line as quickly as possible, I would say. So it's a question of, where do we get that started? And I've got a feeling it is going to be oil. Oh, I've turned the map around, that's going to confuse me. I have a feeling it is going to be oil that's going to be our first port of call, because we have a tremendous amount of oil out here around Arakeen, and all that needs doing is sending to somewhere that can do something with oil, like here, yeah, and then further it can go to there, yeah, and then Miranda actually likes a little bit of fuel. It's a bit of a trek. And I certainly won't have the cash. I've got a bit of loan available still. We've got 3 million. I've got 3 million in loan available to me. But of course, the actual main line that I'd want to send would go around the outside via the outside of the Citadel, via Failurewood, and so forth. Oh, maybe we could do a little Failurewood food thing. Nah, you reckon? Yeah, no. Not a, look at that. Look at that mess. No, you're not. That's not going to work. No. So what I'm looking for, because I haven't prepared, what I'm in the hunt for is a reasonable return line that's actually going to follow the approach that I've got now. I'm just going to do a quick sketch out here and see what sort of money we're looking at. Zoom in a little bit further. Right, if we were to go across here, yeah, 5 million and change. Oh no, wait, hold on, that's ramped up. 15 million. If we were to go as the crow tends to fly, you've got quite a lot of underground going on there, which is ramping the price up. Do I really want to try and invest a lightweight? This is quite a nice looking bit of track, hasn't it? Well, apart from the massive tunnel. That'd be a good one to do, because that would pay gangbusters. It really, really would pay huge amounts of money. Yes. Is that really the best place to start? No. Of course, I mean, because the aim here is a relatively straightforward one, is to set up an early part of the main line that I can then build onto. And the main thing to remember, or the main thing I should remember, is it doesn't have to be freight to start with. We can start out just by doing a little passenger run. This would work. It could. Yeah, it could. Iron Forge, yeah, up to Mos Eisley on a little passenger unit. Yeah, hook it around there. Yeah, I'm planning to go with terrain as much as possible, not bulldozing through tunnels and what have you any more than is strictly necessary, which is likely to be quite a bit. This is quite hilly. Yeah, well, you set the map up to be quite difficult. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, look at this. There's definitely something going on in there. Yeah, it's a bit easy mode. Yes. But if all you want is, I mean, look, it doesn't go far enough to justify using a train. Just set a truck line on it and rake in a couple $100,000 a year and go, that'll do. Although you could, let's have a look. This is planning. Planning, it's important. If we were to go this, 4 million? Yeah, there's a big tunnel. Is there a way of doing this without doing a big tunnel? No, tunnel. Crikey, how much uphill have we got here? Oh, a bit. Oh, yeah, I suppose. Well, okay, well, what if I were to start a little bit higher up and go like that? You got a bridge and then a tunnel. Yeah, that's no better. That's not it. It's not it. No, it's not. It's a shame. I mean, don't get me wrong. That'll be something that happens later on. I just want an easy one that I haven't already liberated through the use of trucks. Now, given that I've plundered quite a lot of easy truck stuff already, that's not necessarily the way you go. I'm determined to do trains. All right, I'm going to poke. I'll find a train thing. We'll get back to it after I've done that. Okay, I've settled on this one. I've committed to this. What we're going to do is we're going to run lumber here from just outside Picks Creek to the sawmill, and then we'll head back, which will be a nice downhill run, to get to the machines factory where we'll drop it off before heading back again. So it's kind of triangular, but what that will form is the starting point of the corner to head around the main line up here. It's a little tenuous, but it would we'll make it work. Right, let's go cargo station. Let's go single track. Let's go 120 meters just to keep it as cheap as can be in this first instance. And we will slot that on there. Good. It's a lot of money to be spending at this stage. What I should really be doing, I should set this up by all means, but I should be doing it with trucks. But no, I want to get trains going. I mean, the train will pay for itself. It's just that there are easier profit lines to be had at this stage. Now, what I'm trying to avoid is bridges and tunnels, because they really ramp the costs up. So it may be that I need to do a couple of S-bends in here in order to keep the price manageable. It's going to be expensive no matter what. No. We want to go down, not up. Down. No, that's still up. See, no, it's downhill. This is a downhill route. 1.2 million, including a ruddy grade tunnel. Just don't go uphill. All right, it's not that complicated a prospect, is it? You don't have to go that way. Oh, I don't have to go that way. You could go across here. Yes, it's trying to make you go down uphill again. And throwing a bit of time. All right, we're going to have to go very short. This is going to be a lumpy old bit of track, this one. But the upshot should be that it pays. Oh, I see. We've got to go uphill before we can go downhill. Well, that's going to play merry hell with my locomotive's tractive effort. All right, can I keep it a little bit flatter if I go that way? This way, 400 grand. This way, 500? No. Right, let's commit to that and then keep going. All right, okay. Yeah, we're keeping going. Yeah. All right, keep it on the flat. I am going to build this in. This is the worst possible way to build efficient track, is to do little chunks at a time, because you end up with lumps and twizzles and all sorts of other ugliness all over the place. This is going to make a horror story of that bit of road. Oh, it's done all right. It's done all right. Don't downplay it. Now, of course, because everything I'm running is profitable right now, then it's actually panning out reasonably well in terms of I don't know, what's the word I was looking for there? In terms of I'm making more money while I'm spending it relatively freely. I think we'll go round like this and then curve down to there. As you wish. Yeah, I think that's possibly going to be the easier way to go. Right, let's get this station in and see what kind of horror story there is involved in actually hooking up to it. So if we go about there, because that way the end of it's, at least one end is pointing in a direction that's useful. I'm just going to commit to a bad build here, I think. And it will pay off. I don't think there's any avoiding having a tunnel. Okay, all right, we'll just keep the tunnel on a relatively delicate level, and then we'll wind up along here and try and reach this ridge in fairly short order. Do you want to play ball there, Corner, or are you just going to continually go, no, you can't have what you want? There you go. Well, you can't always have what you want. So this is obviously something that will change later on, because once I'm running a slightly more modern unit down here, it's going to go. You want to do 41 kilometers an hour around that corner? I think you're living in a fantasy land, my friend. All right, we might need to do. This is where the curviness may suddenly apply. All right, 29,000. Lovely. That's a price I'm willing to pay. Keep it coming. All right, yeah, go on. And if we do that, well, you're looking at a bridge. But not to, oh, goodness me, what's gone on there? Just madness and too much slope. Well, too much slope is, that's a demon we must overcome. How far do I have to go for it to not be too much slope? I'm suggesting quite a long way. Yeah. All right, in that case, we're going to avoid too much slope by doing quite a lot of wiggle. All right, so if we go out to about there, yeah. All right, and then wiggle out this way. Yeah. Every wiggle you do reduces your profitability. It's worth spending the money now and having some. No. We're going to wiggle. We're going to wiggle, and then I think tunnel is going to happen. All right, stuff it. We'll have a tunnel there, and we'll settle with it. Also, I am not going to take out my aborted bits of track. I'm going to leave those in there as a testimony to that didn't go quite as intended. There we go. And we'll probably stick a depot on there in the short term just to make it like it wasn't a complete waste of time. Okay, right, that's 2 of the 3 done. Yeah. I hate to think how slow this train's going to be, but we'll wait and see. And actually, one of the things I'm really looking forward to doing, bizarre though it sounds, is upgrading all of this stuff. I'm going to try and leave as much legacy in place as possible, but when upgrades come, it will change the scope of things. It'll change the nature of the landscape and the way it's laid out and stuff. There we go. Right, no signals needed because I'm only going to put 1 train on there, so that should be moderately to good. Yeah. Right. Okay. Where are you putting your depot? You said you were going to put it on this pointless spur, but that's going to take you the wrong way. You want to go here first. Well, what I want to do first, actually, is I want to add a new line. Okay, so we're going to go... it's Gallifrey. Oh, okay, that's nice. Gallifrey Central's the final stop, which means we then go to Gallifrey itself and then head up to Pix Creek. Okay, yeah. All right, let's see what sort of fun we can have with naming conventions on this one. So this is going to be Gal. I thought we were doing something clever, like... That could work. Yeah, yeah. Galley, Pix, whatever. Yeah, rail. Yes. Lumber. Yeah. Production. Okay. Right, now, if this goes, oh yes, Gov, that's totally a thing that's going to work. This will start producing. But often it doesn't bother starting to produce until you've actually stuck something producing. Are you sure that's a word? I'm totally not sure that's a word. Production quality to make that happen. Right, let's slap you in here. Let's grab a little bit off track, and that'll do. Yeah, I'm putting it here instead. I want my first stop to be a good one. Right, 280k in the bank. Gonna need a little bit more than that, I reckon. We're making money fast enough, but let's take that up to 2 million plus, and that'll be, I hope, more than enough to make this work. Now then, I have downloaded a mod, and it is not here. No, why not? It said it came into service in 18 whatnot. There's a 70 even. Oh, I downloaded the FS200. I was going to show it off. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you're not going to show it off now, are you? No, I'm not. I guess the RAN 3177 is a way to go. Potentially, you want something fairly grunty and moderately low speed. Well, you're fairly grunty and moderately low speed. Yeah. Okay, but you know what? I've never deployed the RAN 3177. Yes. It's a very reliable engine. Okay. Yeah. Should we just do it? Yeah, I might just do it. No, I'm going to go and get the mod that I wanted to use. All right. All right. Brace yourselves. Okay, well, I mean, I went back to my selection and I enabled everything and it doesn't seem to have shown up. Unless, of course, it is this, masquerading under a different name. In which case, we'll take it anyway, because I've never seen one of these in motion, so I'm going to have one of these. Right, now, we're taking lumber, yeah, planks, yes, anything else? No, just lumber and planks. Let us now deploy a wagon that is suitable for that kind of behaviour. I think the flat car with stake sides will probably do the job quite nicely. Alternatively, you have the smaller flat car with stake sides. Yeah. These have lower emissions. Yeah, because it's just a wagon. It shouldn't have any flaming emissions at all. It's 8 tons versus 5 tons. Ah, yeah. You see, no, just do the good ones. All right, how much do you want? Let's go with 5 feels like a lot. I'm not too bothered about. Hold on, let's have a look at the power rating. Yeah, that still looks pretty viable to me. I think you can slap another one on there. Okay, let's slap another one on there. How's that looking now? Still looking. Yeah, there we go. High slope now has dropped to 45. It's 2.3 million. 42 capacity. It should pay off reasonably well. Buy it. Set it in motion. Off your trundle. Right, now slow it down because we're going to want the dramatic out it comes from the depot. First steam train. There we go. Very nice. Off we trot. This doesn't actually look 100% dissimilar to the one I thought I was getting. It's a nice little Italian number, but named something completely different. So I doubt very much this is the same one. But you know, I'm not an expert. Right. Okay. So there we go. We've got some logs being ready to be picked up. 19. that's going to come off quite nicely. Now, the only thing that is really going to help us further here is because you require 2 logs to create 1 set of planks, we're going to need a few more in operation. So I'm going to set up a little truck line here just to supplement my my income by having the right kind of volumes available to make some cash. Right, spank that on there. Yeah. And then what you want to do is just bypass having to go all the way through town. So we'll stick a bit more medium street on the end of here. Do you want to make that a little bit more bendy so it's not obvious that you've just perverted the course of that road? There you go. Yeah, right. And then slap it up there. Good times. That's 200k's worth of road. That's not an inexpensive amount of road. No, it's not. It's 200k's worth of road. If I change it to that, is it cheaper? Yes. Well, let's use that then. Okay. Done. All right. I mean, look, it's only 200k. This is not money that later on I'm going to take any kind of time at all to go like, ooh, that's a bit expensive. No, I'm going to go, yeah, just pay it. I'll blink and I'll spend that amount of money. Could also set up a Pix Creek to Gallifrey passenger route, or Pix Creek to Silent Hill. Yes, but that's not why we're here today. No, why we're here today is to do trains and things with trains, train type things. So we'll do that. Anyway, the only reason I was thinking that, just to bring you up to speed with what's going on inside this head of mine, is that I could possibly make a little bit more cash by off my depot. See, because I'm building I've really lost the train of thought. Just ignore it. Right, okay, so let's build ourselves a new line, and this is going to be the Pix Creek lumber line. You need a truck stop at the other end. Oh yeah, of course I do. Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. It's all right. That's trains. There you go. Right, and we'll stick that right about here, and that way you've got a lovely bit of interchange on the go. I don't know whether you want a lovely bit of interchange, but it's there just in case you do. Right, add another station, and it's that one. Good. Now, give it some kind of name that convincingly does anything. So that's going to be the Pick Road Lumber Production. Yeah. Super. How many trucks do you want on that? Let's go 6. All right. 6 feels relatively affordable. And then we'll go and see where the train's up to. I can see it coming up the hill now. Right then. Freight. Yes. Anything that is not... You could deploy Johnny America on this one. Yes. Now, I was toying with the idea of because I haven't committed to anything yet, of making this a European-only or even British-only mainline. But I think I'm going to keep my options open, and I do like the double team horses effort behaviour. So we'll give it that. Yeah, purely because I always do heavy freight. I like using American freight services. You know. So I'm going to keep it fluid. I'm going to keep it, could be a bit of this and a bit of that. Possibly something else as well. How are you getting on? 30 kilometres an hour. I was advertised that you would do 60, 45 under these circumstances. 30 feels like you're not putting in enough effort. If I'm honest, feels like you're shortchanging me a little bit. Let's get a bit of... we haven't done one of these for a while. Oh, yeah. That's looking quite tasteful. It is looking moderately tasteful, you're not wrong. Just, if you were to hold the camera still, yeah, the camera's actually moving at exactly the same speed as the train, which is not exactly what we were hoping for. Either way, it's coming up quite well. There you go, let's move it in. There you go, right, now, stick it around here, start ourselves in motion, and for those of you unfamiliar, this is what's referred to as the Kernel Cam. If it decides to work, which it would do if I was going straight with my track. But my track's not straight, so there you go. Because you want your train to move through the camera, you see, as you move through the frame as you shoot, not dip below a bit of ground like this. No, that's not exactly what we were hoping for. But you can see where it is because obviously the kettle's ready. Yeah, no, this has gone swimmingly. I wonder why I stopped doing these. Don't know. No, couldn't possibly guess. Anyway, right, we're almost there, so we're going to get to see how well this pays off. It's cost me 181 grand in running costs so far, which is not inexpensive. But I'm very much hoping that when we get to the other end here, it's going to be a delightful payday for us all. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of rebuilding involved in this project. When I did this first time around, I used a mod / cheat called the pork barrel mod that would give you a nice chunk of change that you could then pay back later on. There you go, that was what, 300k? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Wait, hold on, where are we? 303, no, that's the running cost. Okay, finances. There you go, you just made just shy of 500 grand. Oh, the other mod I've deployed, incidentally, is the forced reverse. Because I'm a big fan of the forced reverse. I mean, there's no ill effect to running a train in reverse, other than it might look a little bit odd. But if you want your trains to always face forwards, then you're going to need turning loops and the like in order to make that happen. And I don't have those at the moment. Right, how much are you carrying back the other way? 1. Okay, well this one's not going to be quite so much of a payday then, is it? No, probably not. But on second visit, we should have plenty. Meanwhile, we should have some wagons who are getting involved in this this particular logistics mission as well. You carrying anything? Nah. You? 1? Great. Okay. Yeah, that's super. I wouldn't have thought I'd over-egged it as far as over-anticipating the amount of demand. That wouldn't be a thing that I'd do, surely. No, I think it'll be all right. I think once you've made your initial delivery via the push me pull you here, you'll be okay. How much are you storing there? 194. So what you're telling me is there is a smidge more demand that I could be grabbing if I chose to do so. Smidge more, yeah. Okay. That's fun. That is a fun amount of product that is just sat there waiting for me to invest. Now the question is, do we want bigger train, which would probably mean a second loco on the front in order to keep the pace up, but you could go much bigger. It's bigger than the platforms. Yeah. Or second train. Now, the argument here is a straightforward one. If you go for a second train, then you duplicate the entire running cost of the whole. Let's make this look fun while we're doing it. What do you got? A compartment car. Oh, groovy. Yeah, no, so second train versus longer train. Now, if in this case, I would have to add a second locomotive, so the costs are going to turn out to be exactly level. But the usual thinking is, no, just bang a few more wagons on the train that you've got, and Bob's your uncle. And you know, more money is going to rain upon you relatively quickly. But in this case, I'd add a second locomotive, which would mean even doubling the number of wagons, the actual profit margin is going to be exactly the same. But you are still delivering more product, and therefore you do still make more money. I haven't explained myself very well there, have I? No, I don't think I have at all. But anyway, there you go. Well, look, we've got a train running. That's a thing that's happened, finally. We've got... That's a bit of immersion breaking, but we'll live with it, as we just rock around the corner through this little tunnel. Come on, keep it coming. There you go. Yeah, there is a lot of lumber waiting at Gallifrey for anybody to do anything with. Well, me mainly. But what we can do is with this one plank, we can extrapolate exactly how much 42 planks would generate, which is going to require a small amount of mathematical suggestion from me. Yeah. Now, hey, no, all right, okay. I'll tell you what we should do. We should jump off here. Yes, thank you, compartment car. You're very interesting, and I mentioned that the first time. Now, what I want to do is, I'm just randomly pressing buttons. That's not helpful. There you go. Yeah, but no, I just want to watch the train coming in. I know it's coming in backwards, but I don't care. It's just it's coming on in, and that's moderately interesting. We can extrapolate from the 1 unit of cargo that we've got here how much 42 would be worth, and the answer is 10,000. Well, okay, it was 10,850, but the upshot is you're looking at 450 grand, thereabouts, just over probably, from the about 450,000 for a drop off fully loaded at that end. Oh, that's going to work quite well. Yeah, and there's enough of this going on that you could do more. There is. The real challenge though is, can I get some steel down here? You're not going to be able to ship it from City 17. It's just not going to happen unless you ship some up through a canal that doesn't exist. Because the other option, of course, is going around the bottom end of New York and doing it that way. Is there some demand? Grazer Ridge, Utopia Planitia. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Ah, interesting. Yes. I don't know. Anyway, I've been Kernel Failure. In the next episode, something's going to happen. I've got no idea what that might be, but something is definitely going to occur in the next episode, and I invite you to be part of that. I am going to do this. I've got the money. I'm just going to tweak it. I want to tweak it. I'm tweaking it. Give me another couple of them. I know it's going to harm my speed rating, probably significantly, but let's not leave any money lying around on the side of the road. Let's take it with us. Modify for 400 grand. Yeah. Done. Right, get back to work. And yes, and then logs. Logs and logs and logs and logs and logs and logs and logs. Alright, so that's a happy-go-lucky, probably, I'd say maybe 600,000 in profit a year if you deduct your running costs. That's pretty healthy, and that will get the main line started. In the next episode, we shall expand the main line. Or build another bit of it. He said, covering himself quickly. I don't know. It'll be one or the other, and you're just going to have to tune in to find out. So subscribe to ensure that you can tune in if you choose to tune in, rather than leaving yourself at the tender mercies of Madam YouTube and her algorithmic tendencies. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you next time. Cheerio.